As you can all see, I'm back home today. And I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's snowing. What a difference a day makes. Yesterday really, I don't know, got me all in the mood thinking, boy, I'll be home all day today. I can get some stuff done. It's cold though. Obviously it's cold enough snow. So the car's all still covered up. I don't really have anything else to work on that's not. I want to get started on sanding around. Can't show them, it's covered up, but sanding around the windshield. I did get me some big rubber wheel chocks at Harbor Freight yesterday. So, I don't know, been avoided buying them because they were $5 on cheap, I guess. Thought they should be cheaper. I also got a, what did I get? Set of body metal. I was just gonna use them as scrapers. I got some putty knives too, because it's in the trunk side, or I'd show it to you. I bought one of those metal Bondo things, and it's got Bondo glass stuck on it. It was hard. Well, I got time, so I would have to scrape it off of there. I may get me one of those ones with the tear-off pads if they're not too expensive, because I'm basically kind of lazy. I don't like not clean anything up, just throw it away. Have to be cheap enough. I don't know what it is right now. It's not terrible, but if you get out in the wind, it probably is. The wind's blowing out of the north. It was this drizzly rain this morning. Now it's snow. At least it changed over quick enough. It didn't have a chance of doing freezing rain, and I don't think it'll mount to nothing. It's just too cold to do any body work. Been perfect yesterday, but we know how that goes. But anyhow, so here I am. Welcome to Missouri. I'm sure Pops and Loman and all understand. Pops, of course, from Arkansas, northern Arkansas. Loman, of course, is from up here about where I am. He's just further east. And probably some of you other guys, you know what it's like. Pops said something about it. Yesterday I was in a t-shirt. Today I'm bundled up. Got my stocking cap on and my new gloves I bought. I had a whole bunch of these and I can't find them. So I bought another package of them. I bought some at Menards and some at Harbor Freight. When I was wearing my pair I had, when I was cutting those things with the die grinder, the upper mounts, and they got full of little tiny sharp shards of metal, and when you put them on it, then it's in your hand. So they need to get either thrown away or maybe thrown in the laundry. Maybe it'll wash them out of there. Maybe just throw them away because they're cheap. But it really hurts. It's really sharp little shards of metal. And so I bought a couple. This is a pair of the Menards ones. They're all the same. And they came just as a pair for like, I don't know how much. And I bought 2 pairs. And then I bought a big bag of them at Harbor Freight. So I should have some to last me a while. These tend to end up just not having any fingers in them. I just wear the fingers off of them and stuff. And I kind of like some leather gloves, grinding and stuff, but I can't find any of those that are decent. They always split the fingers open, and then I got duct tape wrapped around the fingers of them. But anyhow, I may get out here today. I'm going to raise the car up. So when I do get a nice day, I can do body work, and it'll be a little more convenient, not be on the ground. I'm going to set the front end on ramps and probably put the back on jack stands. And that way, when I get ready to take it down, I can just back off the front. Can't do that, the back car's too low. But I'll just take the jack stands down, back it off the ramps. So anyway, I told the guy over at Ford 6 I would make he was asking about my air ride system, and I said I'd make a video sometime just dedicated to the air ride, and I'll do that. Kinda, I don't know, you know me, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a internet scholar or a YouTube scholar. I look through there and find all these stuff that people do, and then I try to make it my own. Because I couldn't find anything. I don't know if you guys remember that in the forum. I could find absolutely nothing on putting air ride on the 64 Comet or even thing like it. There was a Fairlane out there was the closest. And that's one reason I went to the Mustang too, because I knew I could make the air ride on the front. That was the only reason. Plus, it's cheap. I mean, actually, There's a little work. I don't bother me. Made a lot of work for the motor. I could have set that motor down further if I'd have left that cross member out, and I had to make the custom oil pan. So, you know, the front suspension, probably just doing the Shelby drop and some of the stuff the other guys are doing with the open tracker stuff, would have been a thing to do. I would have had to replace. It would have ended up being, the cost was about the same as this, because I want to change to 5 lug wheels so I could match all of them. I obviously had 5 lug on the back, and they want 4 on the front. And I'd had so much trouble with the brakes on this car. That was, I think I've told you guys over and over again, that was one of my big things I overdid on the car, putting a 4-wheel disc brakes on it and redoing the whole brake system. So, and I got matched wheels now and all 5 lug wheels. So again, I did the hardest stuff of all of it. I mean, serious, you guys, the 8.8 wasn't bad. You guys know that. Narrowing it. Probably if I'd done leaf springs on the back, it would have been real easy. I would have just had to weld a set of spring perches on it and been done. You know, flipped them to the bottom and narrowed it. Bolted it right in. The brakes are, the e-brake's a little bit of a bite is the only thing. That's why an 8-inch, you guys know I've got a 6-cylinder 8-inch over here. And the only difference that I know of on a 6-cylinder 8-inch, where's my thing? I need to put this probably something better than I got it and get it covered up. But it's just near exactly like any other 8-inch, like the 8 one. The carrier's the same, the axles are the same, except they're 4-bolt wheels. So that's kind of limiting. And I was going to switch it, that's the axles I had offered to Loman, to V8 axles. But the bearings are smaller out here on the outside end. That's the other difference. So it would have had to have the ends cut off and bigger bearing caps put on, cups put on. I didn't feel like doing any of that. So, and I was doing the air ride anyway, so I didn't need the spring pockets. So I went with the 8.8. Got the disc brakes and which drums will be fine. I don't really mind rear drums. I know a lot of people want to put disc brakes on everything, but mostly on the front they're helpful. In the back they're really not. But I could have converted this completely over to a V8 8-inch, but I'm going to leave it now just like it is. And if I ever use the 170 in something, I'll just put 4-bolt wheels on it all the way around and find a set of 4-bolt front discs for it, and just put in just like it is. Well, I'll probably change. It's got 411 gears in it, and I'll probably change it. And the reason it has 411 gears in it is, at the time I did this, was a long time ago, and I couldn't find any other gears that were low besides 411s. I would rather have, I don't know, 350s or something. I couldn't find any. Of course, I was living down near Branson. This is prior to for the internet, so you know, I was trying to find everything on my own, and people that knew, and I just couldn't find any. So I'll probably try to find another carrier for this one and keep the 411s on a carrier all set up. I don't know why, but and then put a higher geared one, probably a high 3. I don't know, because as I said, well, it's the best you're gonna get. The 170's right there. There's a 200 on under that one, just a short block, because the head's on the car off of that engine, and so it might be better. They say it's not advantageous to put the 170 on the 200 because it doesn't breathe well enough. But so the 170 runs. It's complete. It has a cam in it, all that stuff. So it's nothing wrong with it. It just has a 4 main crank. 200 has a 7 main crank, but honestly, that's never going to hurt this engine here. So that one may end up back up in, and under that bench back there somewhere, if you guys want to come steal from me, I'm telling you where everything is. There's that Turbo T-Bird 4-cylinder T5. I think it's under there. I used it for mock-up. It's got a hole knocked in the bottom of it. And it's geared really low. So I think I'd go with the 170 fine, and I've done enough hackery. I don't even think I'd buy an adapter to do it. I'd go ahead and I'd make my own. The issue with the 170, let's see if this is it right here. Yeah, this is the flywheel off of it. See, that's the problem. It's a dog dish one. You ever heard anybody talk about a dog dish flywheel? There one is. And I can't get this clutch disc. Well, actually what I can't get, clutch disc is fine. I can't get a pressure plate that's anything but this 3-fingered one. And I'd like to do a diaphragm one because it has to set on this stupid dog dish flywheel. Now, I don't know for sure that I couldn't put a 200 flywheel on the 170, which would be better. They're flat. And this is one reason all the changes got me in the car ended up with a 250 in it, was not only the adapter was the least of my concern on adapting this to the T5, it was finding clutches for it. They were just, I couldn't find anything. So, and I didn't want to spend a fortune. Actually, there's nothing wrong with this one. It's actually not that old. It's got a little bit of wear on it. The clutch plates, they seem actually all right. I think the 4-cylinder crap fits on there. I don't know. I've got the 4-cylinder clutch around here somewhere, and I checked it. It fits on the 200. Now, whether it fit on this or not, I don't know, but I'll try to find out. That's down the road. I don't care about that right now. It's the least of my concerns. It'll probably never happen because I've got. First, I have to come up with a vehicle to put that in. A T-bucket might be neat, or something like a little roadster of some kind. That'd be pretty cool. But I've got the transmission. I've got the motor. There's a fairly new radiator right there that was in my car. But I've got this truck. I'm going to get it back on the road. That's not going to be a hard deal. But you guys also know I've got 2 more trucks out there because I want to do something with them. At least one of them. But this, I don't know. Maybe needs supercharged. Who knows? Depends on what I do with it. But I may just drive it. But it's a long bed, so it's not very exciting. If I could find a short bed with a lot of miles on it, and this is a drivetrain or something that wasn't just totally trashed out, it doesn't matter. I can put a cab off this one on it. This cab's good. But you know, this truck only has 56,000 miles on it, so the running gear's really good in it. But I need a short bed that was in good shape and a short frame. But then I could put all the running gear out of this truck over onto a short truck and have me a short wheelbase truck. Which, really, you know, you might say, well, it's your dad's truck. Why would you do it? I tell you why. He wanted a short bed truck when he bought this. This was the first year these came out, and they were kind of in short supply. And he ended up buying the long bed one, even though it wasn't what he wanted. So I wouldn't do him any dishonor by putting a short bed on it and putting some better tires. Dadgum, it's got the exact same tires. I wish I'd known that on it that are on the back of the Comet now, and same size. If I'd known that, I would have taken these off and put it on the Comet instead of drilling a hole through a brand new tire. This needs rigger size tires out there, too short. And he was he's older, obviously, and he put these, I'm going to take them off too, these running boards, and he put those Lincoln tires on this truck, so it would lower the truck down so you have easier time getting in and out of it. But I hate these running boards, and it needs regular truck tires on it, full height ones, maybe even a little bigger, wider anyway. But it might be neat to do a supercharger project on this. But again, that's not even my head. It's not something, you know, Fred told me not to worry about my shed. That was just a distraction. I'm not worrying about it. It's just something that needs done. And I know I won't get it done until I'm not working on this car anymore. This car takes top priority. Okay, it takes second priority or whatever my wife tells me to do. But it's top priority of any projects. And I want to, it'll be there in June. Unless some unforeseeable thing happens, which it's happened the last 2 years. But it's going to be me. My uncle's coming with me. So, and my wife said she'd be too nervous. But I'll have this car there, and you guys can make fun of my hackery. I don't mind showing it to you guys. hey, it's not like any other 64 Comet out there. I do know that. Not many people are going to do a 256 cylinder, maybe a 200. 256 cylinder, 5-speed's not unusual. Explorer 8.8 rear end. So you guys know all I've done to the car. You've seen you followed my build thread, so I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. And actually my website, you guys all know that, 64comet.com, has a big good write-up on the car where it's all condensed. You don't have to go through 100 pages of my build thread. But it's got nice big pictures and some of my windiness writing about everything like I'm having right now. All right, guys and gals. If I say guys, I mean you gals too. I know there's some ladies on the forum now, and I know there's some ladies that do this stuff. So when I say guys, that's just universal. I'm not trying to be sexist. When it's cold out here, obviously, it's seen at the beginning. And so I want to do a little something. So I got the tail lights out because they need to come out, and messed up some of my plugs. I don't really have plugs on the wires, so it will have when I do it again. I mean, I have these, but I had these, and then I had tape over them because I like stuff to be permanent. I never got those off. Pulled the end off a couple of them. I may end up putting WeatherTech like double plugs on. Of course, this is the middle light. This is the backup light on the fancier cars. Nothing on this till I put a socket in there, that thing, and the bulb. But they're out. This messiness here as I was cleaning that off. If you remember right, I was in a hurry when I did that, and that set real quick, and I had to get to town. And I left it on there, and that is hard. That's that Bondo glass, and I think now it's going to have to probably be acetone. Try to the rest of that softened up so I get scraped off of there and get it cleaned up. I mean, I haven't used the other side yet, so I've got the other side I can still use. I bought these.